I've been really sick lately, so I'm still not 100% by the croaky voice I have. But we are going to talk about what makes Alvin, Chipmunks a franchise, and you're probably thinking, oh, video games, merchandise, movies. No, not exactly. We're going to talk about more like story-wise, like why does this franchise click with so many people? We're going to talk about more in the lines of that. So. You've got Dave, who's one of the main characters, and you also got the Chipmunks, who are the main characters as well. And it's mainly focused on the four of them. Sometimes the Chipmunks come into the story, rarely, but it's focused more on Dave and the Chipmunks, of course. But you're probably thinking, but Dave is one of the main characters. I think he is. I think he's one of the fourth characters. I think is Brittany the fourth character? It's between there, I guess. So you've got Dave as well, and then you've got it doesn't mainly focus on him, it mainly focuses on the Chipmunks. You've got Alvin, Simon, Theodore, of course, and of the Chipmunks as well. So mainly focuses on the three of them. But the main character, of course, is Alvin with a big letter A on his jumper as well. So mainly focuses the main character is Alvin, of course. So, yeah. But Alvin has this mischievous personality, this kind of cheekiness to him. So I think that kind of works for this franchise because it's Alvin. It's Alvin. It makes Alvin, of course. So we can't put by there. So I do like Alvin's personality a lot. I think it's fantastic. But say that the 2015 show doesn't really help that case a lot. And when I say that, I mean, I've always had a problem with the show before it aired. Like when I showed my mom the new designs of the characters, I'm like, why would they change the Chipmunks into humanified chipmunks? They're more humanized. And like, that's not what chipmunks look like. I mean, you're thinking, yeah, but the show did that back then, but this is now. Like, what the heck is happening? So, yeah, but I wasn't very happy with designs before the show happened. I mean, and lately there's been some online episodes, like Special Ingredient and Car Wars. I really like those episodes. And you've got Mr. Lou, Love Soda, Bubble Wrap. And those three episodes, I'm thinking, what the heck is happening to this franchise? With the show, of course, and I'm thinking they're probably running out of ideas for the Chipmunks and Chipmunks to do. So you're thinking that's what it is, because the script doesn't really help, because the script is sort of story-wise. So you're thinking you've got 6 characters. How can you mess that up? And you've got Simon saying something different. Then you've got Jeanette saying something different. Then you've got the whole rest of the Chipmunks say something totally different to their, what they would say. It's out of character, to be honest, but I feel like at this point they're all dropping down. And I've always had a problem with Eleanor's personality. When they told, oh, we're going to make Eleanor have a new personality, I'm like, why? Can't she just be like her old self from the 1983 version of the show? I don't know why you would change that. But I feel like Eleanor at this rate is too aggressive. She's too feminist, in my opinion, and I've never liked her personality. Sorry, Eleanor, but it's true. But like you're thinking, oh, the main character, I was one of the main characters, and it also dropping down. Like all the Chipmunks are dropping down, and I'm thinking this is not great. I think the show has become a train wreck in some ways, and that's not great. And it's so bad. Like, the last 3 episodes, I'm like, why? And there's this one episode with Alvin and Brittany, and I love Alvin and Brittany episodes, the best coming out of this show. And I'm thinking, why would Alvin and Brittany fight over something so little about bubble wrap and ankle puppet? I'm thinking, what the heck is going on with this franchise? I'm like, I don't even know who they are anymore. It's not great. You probably disagree with me. That's okay, but that's just my thoughts. I really feel like the show does not help at all. And all these episodes are coming out like different times and different, You know, it's not in order. You know, usually episodes are in order, of course, and it's not in order. So I think they're running out of ideas. That's my guess, and that is not good for this franchise. And he also got 6 characters, so you're thinking, how could you mess it up? But they have in some way, so it's very sad to see that. But yeah, but back to Alvin, of course, because he's one of the main characters. Alvin has this, like I said, mysterious personality, but also like he causes a lot of trouble. And in the show, it doesn't really reflect that a lot. Like, Alvin gets to a lot of mischief, and that's what makes this franchise click, and people love it so much. You know, you need Alvin to have, cause trouble, because that's who he is, you know. And you see that in the films, which is fantastic. I feel like they're not really risk-taking with the Chipmunks. I think I said that before. They're not really risk-taking. You know, with Alvin's personality, you need to have more risk-taking things with Alvin, because he's one of the... I feel like Alvin's sort of one of the daring, daredevil, cheeky, mischievous characters that you could do a lot with. And it's sad to see that he's pulled back a bit from that. And I wish they would just, open up a can and just let him go wild, you know. I love that for Alvin, of course, because he's one of my faves, you know. But also, what makes this franchise click as well is the music. And of course, you know, music is a big part of the Alvin Chipmunks franchise overall, you know, in the CGI films especially. You know, in the show, it's not as much. The Chipmunks rarely sing anymore. It's very sad because, you know, they do sing in the shows sometimes, but it's usually the Chipettes. I'm like, I understand why the Chipettes sing more than the Chipmunks, but that's not right because the Chipmunks are famous for singing. They're singing Chipmunks, of course. So, yeah, but, you know, in the show, it's mainly the Chipettes. I'm like, I understand. I think it's easier, but the Chipmunks, they need to sing more. I would like to see some more musical stuff with them. They don't really sing a lot in the show. They do sometimes, but it's always the Chipettes. And I feel like, you know, it's undercutting them because they came first, of course. You know, I think they're more famous than the girls, I think they are, yeah. You probably might disagree with me, but it's true because they came first. So yeah, so I would love to see the Chipmunks sing and do music, you know, something like that. I think the last time we heard them sing was in Road Trip, and that was all about them. I think when the Chipettes came along, they were thinking we got to do more girly pop songs, which is fantastic, but it's like, what's there for the boys? You know, yeah, it's hard. You know, you can't have both, but I really do feel like they should focus more on the musical side of the Chipmunks. Not as much as the musical side of the Chipettes, of course. But, you know, this franchise is a mess overall, I think, to say. But, you know, yeah. So, anyway, you know, what also makes this franchise really click is the emotional impact. You know, you've got 3 main Chipmunk brothers who love each other, and you see that in the CGI films. It's fantastic. And of course, siblings do fight, so I think people can relate to that in some way. But they always make up. It's so nice. And also, besides that, you've got also a father and son story happening as well with Dave and the Chipmunks, so that really helps this franchise. I think they need to focus more on that than anything else in the world. So because that's like I said, the music, Alvin's mischievous personality, you know, the relationship between Dave and the Chipmunks. I think they should really focus on that more. I feel like they should harness that in a little bit more, to be honest. You know, because I loved, you know, seeing. You know, and it's very rare for father-son story these days. Like, it's very, very rare, and I think they should just jump on that and just do that. But other than that, like I said, the 2015 show doesn't really help them at all. Like, I feel like at this stage, all the characters are just dropping down, which is not that great. Especially when you have a main character like Alvin. I could imagine Alvin doing a lot of things, but they're like, no, we're not going to do that to Alvin. I'm like, why not? Well, they didn't create Alvin. I think Ross's father created the Chipmunks. So you're thinking, you know, Alvin's supposed to be that way. So why can't you just, you know, let him go loose? You know, I think that's what we all want. You know, Alvin to go crazy a little bit loose. which he is, but I feel like not at the extent that we want him to be, you know. But yeah, but if I was rebooting the franchise, I would want to, like, you know, it's hard. But I would like to see the Chipmunks more than the Chipettes. I would just cut out the Chipettes. And I know I love the Chipettes as well, but you know, just have the boys mainly focus more on the boys and the girl characters. I think that's what the problem is because I have 3 characters and 3 here, so it's hard. So I would focus more on the Chipmunks and Dave and the musical because the Chipmunks are so musical as well. So I think that's what they're missing from this franchise. So, what do you think? Let me know what you guys like. Like, guys, to bells, as guys also hit that notification bell to get more updates.